I would once again like to welcome Mr. Prashant Ajmera. He is founder Ajmera Capital. Today, sir will be speaking on global investment advisory, a must tool for each financial advisor. Sir, since yesterday, it is day two of our event. Since yesterday, we have been speaking about advisory practices, mutual fund distributors, portfolio, the economy, so many things. And I'm sure this cannot be complete without having a discussion on global investment advisory. As your master in this, sir, we are honored to have you here on this platform. Over to you, Mr. Prashant.
Thank you, Dimple. Thank you for your kind words and introduction. So let me start with my presentations. Can I share? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible, Prashant, sir.
Okay. So should I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dimple, for your kind introduction. And you already set the stage for the global investment advisory by showing the two talks which we have before. Mr. Grant and Mr. Jason talked about the foreign investment advisory practice. Now probably it's a time to talk about the global investment advice practice itself, that what it is and what it should look like and what we should do about it. So, global investment advisory is a must have tool for every Indian financial advisors and distributors. And our tagline of Ajmera Capital is foreign investment zaruri hai. Why foreign investment is zaruri hai? So, before we talk about that one, let me just give you an idea. What is the global investment advisory? Is a current market scenario in India. When we talk about, or anybody who comes and talk about the global investment advisory, like Mr. Shankar uh, talked about, another one is there is a higher returns. Agreed. Ticket size is too large. That's a negative aspect. Foreign investment is always done in a rupee to rupee. Indian India gives a good return. Why we should bother about investing abroad? Oh, investing abroad is too complicated and there is a lack of knowledge. So these are mixed feeling out there in the market when it comes to the global investment advisory. During the lockdown, we have seen number of articles and number of portals and different products are coming in the market for the global investment advisory, particularly to invest into the US stock market and take an advantage of the tech companies. But what I'm going to talk about in the global investment advisory, that why we should, all the financial professionals should look into this one, is not just becoming a fancy, but it should be a necessary to have this one. And I'm going to give you and explain to you a completely a different dimensions of the global investment advisory, which nobody has talked about, nobody has mentioned about in the Indian financial industry, which I'm going to speak to you in the next 15 minutes time. So as we all know that in 2007 and 8, the Indian government come out with the regulations for the outbound remittance and investment. Outbound remittance and investment. And that one was made for the Indian companies and also for the Indian citizens. So the slides in front of you, you see that in the last 6 years, the Indian companies made a major outbound investment starting from almost $6-7 billion to up to 12 to 13 billion dollars last year. And as we all know that these big companies, multinational companies of India's, are being well served by the banks, financial institutes, law firms, chartered accountants, professionals are all available to assist them. Probably they'll provide a red carpet welcome to them. But when it comes to the remittance by Indian outside the India, it's a different story. So when we do the financial plannings for the individuals, what do we take into the considerations, or what do you take into the considerations? Because we don't do the financial planning. You guys are the professionals and you do it. So when you do the financial plannings, obviously the family is, or the individual is expansion of his business, or probably taking a next best job. He's making an investment into a real estate. He is doing the portfolio diversifications, tax plannings, and estate plannings by by Mr. Vyas. So that is very, very important things we do it. And why do we do this financial planning? To achieve our three goals in the life, which is a children's education, quality of life, and a retirement. And when we do these things, basically we were earning the money in India and we are spending in India. But based on these figures, what we have it in front of us from the RBI, in the last 12 years, the Indian individual citizen or Indian citizen has remitted from $72 billion a year to almost 38, $19 billion out of India. $19 billion out of India. And if we look at the blue box right here, you can see that out of the $19 billion, the 10 billion is being remitted by the Indian parents for the children's higher education. The second most money we have spent is for the travel, almost $7 billion. And if we look at the investment, it is not even a $1 billion. It is not even a $1 billion. So can you imagine what we are doing here in a financial planning? And even the Indian banks and the government are also encouraging parents to spend money and allow their children to study abroad and giving them a loan. So rather than encouraging the Indian citizen to make an investment abroad, the Indian government policy, Indian banks policy is to give them a money and go and spend out. Is it a good and viable financial planning and a financial decision? I don't think so. Because whenever you spend money, it is not a viable or a good decision. That spending habit should change into a investment habit. And that's why our tagline says financial investment zaruri hai. Because if the Indian parents are spending almost $10 billion a year in a children's education, wouldn't be nice and attractive and lucrative for our economy for an individual that rather than remitting this money and doing as an expenditures that we do a planning in advance, invest the money out of India and use that money for our children's educations. I have been in a practice for more than 28 years and I have advised to thousands and thousands of clients on their children's educations and their future settlement in the foreign countries. And as we know that in the recent years, this trend has increasing and it is going to increase more and more. And there is nothing wrong in that one. But what we believe is that the spending habit of the Indian parents should change to an investment habit. Because if you look at it, this right now, it will show you the distinctions in the last 12 years, how the spending habit of Indian HNI has changed. Now we are doing more international holidays. We do the investment. Children's education is not after the master's, but after the bachelor's degree. We want to have a second home, probably destination weddings, outbound business and global. So in the last 12 years, because of this foreign remittance policy of the Indian government, we are spending more money abroad. So earning in India and spending in abroad. And that is not a good decision or that is not a good way to look at it. Why? Because of the weak rupee against the foreign currency and American dollars. The slide in front of you will show you that in the last 12 years, the US dollar was 48 or 49 rupees. Now it is a 75 rupees or 76 rupees. How it could be a prudent or wise to make an investment in India, earn in India, and then just convert into a dollar as and when we want it. So it becomes now necessary or imperative that if you are having a 100 rupee in India to invest, at least try to invest 20 to 30% out of India. Start building your investment out of India early enough. Do not wake up as a parents when your child is in grade 11 or 12. You should start doing the financial planning for your children's education. If you decided that they should study abroad, then do it early enough so you can build up your portfolio, you can build up your investment in foreign countries as and when you like. And as you build up your portfolio, with that portfolio and money is already parked at the reduced exchange rate, and with that, your child can study out of that one or an income out of that one. Not only that, but also it will benefit to give you a capital gains and all kinds of things. So it is important. Second aspect is that if you are exposed to the foreign currency, you have to take into considerations that if you need a dollar, I'm putting you in another perspective, that if you need a dollar to spend, then you should earn in dollar as well, keeping Indian rupees in India and then transferring it into a converting into a US dollars and then making an investment into a or spending it is not a good and wise financial decision. Also, in the last 10 years, the cost of education has increased in the foreign country. And as the cost of education has increased in the foreign country, you have to keep that thing in the mind as well, that it's better to have into the dollars investment or Europe or into the sterling pounds or a Canadian dollars. But you need to have that certain amount of money out of India to finance and your children's educations and also use that money. Wouldn't it be a nice that if you go for a holiday to London or a Europe, you have your apartment or real estate somewhere in Europe, you collected the yearly rent, you spend certain money, and when you come back, rather than spending money for your holiday, when you come back, you have $3,000-4,000 or a euro or sterling pounds remitted, and it has come back to India. So when it comes to the financial educations, with the cost of the rise in the education cost and the reductions in the dollars, crore means the $1 million which you added in 2008 is now reduced to almost 50%. That means US dollar $490,000, because now the dollar has become strong, the education cost has gone up. So whatever you plan for your child's education has now become more expensive, and your buying power has reduced by almost 50%. And that's why it is, again, I'm putting it in another perspective, that you should have the foreign investment. Also, coming from the Dolex 30, all of you know and very well aware of it. Dolex 30 is the indices by the our Bombay stock market, and that 30 top companies of India's are taken into considerations, whereby what would be the equivalent into a dollar power. So if you take into considerations the Indian uh, income or Indian returns on this top 30 company of India, and if you convert into a dollars terms, then in the last 13 years, the return is almost zero. So you are making more money in India. No doubt the market really is there, ups and down is there. But because the dollar is getting stronger and stronger in the last 12 years, whatever you are earning in India, it is reducing your buying power to buy anything in India, whether it is your children's education, whether it's your holiday, whether it is your destination wedding, whether you are buying expensive or luxury goods from abroad. Your buying power is reducing. So that's another reasons to look into the foreigners. So as an Ajmera Capitals, what do we offer? As an Ajmera Capital is the first portal of in India whereby we are offering the several asset class for the investors and financial advisors to offer to their clients. Obviously, the first one we offer is the residency and citizenship by investment. Because why we offer that one first? That if as a parents, if you can look into the residency and citizenship by investment, then it can reduce your child's educations by 80%. If that is not something viable, the second options we give is to make an investment into a global real estate or into a global stock market and related products, or invest into a business. So in our 28 years of our practice, we saw the number of products and number of different asset classes coming to in India to attract the Indian HNIs. And we thought that it's now high time that we put together the portal whereby the Ajmera capital will bring all the asset class and sub asset class under the one portal. Not only that, but it will also bring a knowledge to the investors and to the financial professionals and other professionals like chartered accountants and lawyers when their clients wish to make an investment outside. So under the Ajmera Capital portal, if you look at it, global investing advisories, there is a portal where you can make, there is a options where you can make an investment directly into the US stock markets. You can have a portfolio investment services or management services. You can have a global stock markets whereby you can make an investment into a 50 stock market of the world. You can have a global SIP investment advisory. You can have a second passports for a 30 countries informations, how to obtain the residency and citizenship into 30 different countries. Also global investment advisory into the real estates. If you want to buy a new properties or a resale properties, you want to buy a luxury properties, villa, land, if you want to make an investment into a fund, all these things are available. And the last but not the least, what we have put it right now, and it is going to increase, is the startup going global. If you are an enterprise or if you are a startup and if you wish to take your startup global, the information is there for you. Not only that, also we wish to bring a knowledge to the Indian investors and professionals about the foreign investment advisory practice. So there is a it's all continuously going to give you a global news. It is also going to give you a global investment links about the different countries. And I now regularly write articles as a Prashant Ajmera and as a lawyer on Bombay Stock Exchange Forum View. A Bombay Stock Exchange Brokers Forum View magazine is there, and in that one, on a monthly basis, I write an articles on different countries, that what are the options available for an investing into a different countries and why you should do it and how that economy is doing it in financial areas, into the real estates, and into the other asset class. Plus, if somebody wants to go and live there or start their business, what they can do it. Obviously, we have the two ebooks we have written. One is the Millionaires on the Move, and other one is the How to Plan for Your Child's Foreign Education is there as well. So this is the basic portal. If you are interested as a financial professional or as an investor, interested in offering these services to your clients, please join our global investment advisory practice. We'll be more than happy to serve your clients in a B2B model, not in a B2C. It's in a B2B model. We already started working with some of the leading financial professionals of in India. We are very proud to have them board with us and started offering our services. One of the top number 5 company of the world who is into the asset class and having a present means into the service in India since 2005, just join a hand with us to offer our services to the 450 wealthy family of India when it comes to the global investment advisory. That's all for today. I have another sessions of the Ajmera Capital. It's under the sponsored presentations at 11:15. Please join me for that. It's about the financial planning for your child's foreign education. I'm going to do a case study on how to do the financial planning for your child's education and what things you should take into the considerations. I'm not an expert in financial planning, but I'm a lawyer. And as a lawyer, I always like to put as many options as all available to our clients and show them that these are the options available. You choose now which one is best for you. We are not into the product pushing or promoting the one particular product, but we are always, as an advisor, give it different options to our clients. So please join me for that one. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your time. For all for me and all of us from the Ajmera Capital team. If you are further interested, we have our booth at the in the exhibition hall, and please come and join us. Make an inquiry. You can download the brochures on Ajmera Capitals. There are a number of videos are also out there. Number of articles which I have written in the Bombay Stock Exchange. All of these are there, and you can download it right now. Thank you very much once again for your time. Thank you, entire team of the AAFMs and Dimple. Floor is yours. If there is any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Prashant, sir. As we have been discussing a lot about investment advisory, financial advisors, their businesses, sustenance of business, client acquisition, I think global investment advisory is something indispensable into advisory. But we should have more
Right.
sessions from veterans like you because I mean, a lot of people await to hear this. As this is such a gray area again, many people are not completely comfortable, or maybe because of the knowledge. So thank you so much for being on the
Thank
platform
you.
and sharing about global investment advisory, sir.
Thank you very much.